Why are Emma Chamberlain's YouTube videos so addictive? She could be just sitting in her car, or cooking dinner, or laying in her bed, and yet over 12.1 million subscribers eagerly await her next video. Ever since she came on the scene in 2017, everybody's been asking the same question. What makes her so special? And why does she have one of the biggest cult-like followings on the internet? No one's ever fully explained it, but after being a fan of her for years and analyzing over hundreds of her YouTube videos, I think I finally figured out why. It's not luck, it's actually branding, deliberate editing choices, and an understanding of human psychology. Emma Chamberlain started making YouTube videos in 2016, and her channel blew up almost instantly. Over time, her style evolved. But even though her videos today look way different from the early vlogs that she used to post, some things have stayed consistent. Here are the 3 patterns I noticed. First, Emma Chamberlain never really ends her videos. Unlike most YouTubers, she doesn't say, "Okay, thank you guys for watching, I'll see you guys in the next one," or "Make sure to like and subscribe for more." Instead, she will just throw a watch in the trash, or cut off her Coachella wristband, or just walk out the door. And then the video just ends. It's like she's closing a chapter, but not really. It feels unfinished, and your brain hates unfinished things. In psychology, there's a phenomenon called the Zeigarnik Effect, and it essentially means that people tend to remember unfinished or interrupted tasks better than completed ones. This term was coined by psychologist Bluma Zeigarnik and was published in 1927. According to the research, unfinished tasks create a cognitive tension or burden that makes them more memorable, and our brain actively tries to resolve unfinished tasks, leading to a more vivid memory of them. Movies and TV shows often use this effect, where they will end an episode or movie on a cliffhanger. Someone just died? Wait, what happened? Who's the killer? What's gonna happen next? When you have a cliffhanger, viewers are much more eager to see what happens next and much more likely to come back for the next episode. That's why shows like Game of Thrones, Prison Break, or even Friends are so popular and so addictive. And Emma Chamberlain does sort of the same thing, but in a more soft and subtle way. By never giving you a fully satisfying closure, Emma Chamberlain incentivizes you to always come back for more. Second, Emma Chamberlain plays characters. For instance, did you notice how Emma Chamberlain is becoming more and more of a character in her videos? Sometimes she's whimsical, sometimes she's dramatic and moody, sometimes she's over the top, and sometimes she's sad. And the interesting thing is, Emma Chamberlain wasn't always like this. When Emma Chamberlain first blew up, she was very genuine and authentic. She's just a teenage girl talking to the camera with no filter and no makeup. But over the years, she's changed. She's gotten older, more mature, and after a few cancellation attempts, even more guarded in some ways. Now, instead of being just herself, she's leaning into a character and playing a more exaggerated version of herself. And the funny part is, she's very much aware of this. In her recent Coachella vlog, she even admits to playing a character in her videos.
Sorry, I have to keep the character up. I'm losing my character. Give me a sec.
Diving deeper into this shift, Emma's actually talked about it on her podcast. In an episode called Never Say Never, Emma talked about how she's making her acting debut in the A24 film Forbidden Fruits and her fascination with playing a character.
I loved getting to be a character. There was something so sort of cathartic about it for me.
This is very psychologically fascinating because Emma taps into something called the self-presentation theory, which is the idea and concept that we essentially present different versions of ourselves depending on the context. For example, the way that you act with your friends is not going to be the same that you act with your parents or your boss or your coworkers. In some ways, we are all actors. Emma's doing the same thing, but on purpose and on camera. And when a creator blurs the line between real and performance, it creates a mystery gap. All of a sudden, it's like you don't know that person anymore. You feel so close, but yet so far away at the same time. And you catch yourself thinking, wait, who is the real Emma Chamberlain? What is she really thinking in her head? And what does she act like when the camera's off? It's the same way that you get obsessed with an actor or actress after seeing them in a movie or TV show, like for example, Emma's favorite actor, Timothée Chalamet. You start Googling interviews, watching old clips, trying to figure out, are they like that in real life, or is that just the character? And we fall deeper and deeper into the rabbit hole, trying to figure out who Emma Chamberlain really is in an attempt to get closer to her. Finally, let's talk about sound. Did you notice how Emma Chamberlain ends every single video with the same music? It's a song called Just a Dawn Away by Robin Henson, and it's available for use on Epidemic Sounds. So if you've been a creator for a long time, you definitely know what it is. And if you watch her videos, that piano tune will sound so familiar and so comforting. And this isn't random. Music activates the limbic system, which is a part of our brain that is in charge of memories and emotions. The chills that you feel when you hear a particularly moving piece of music might be the result of dopamine. And music also enhances your memory and makes Emma's videos more memorable, even years later. Plus, there's also the phenomenon of the mere exposure effect, which is the idea that the more you listen to something, the more you like it. So every time Emma plays that piano outro, she's building an emotional anchor in your brain. It's not just a sound, it's a feeling, and that feeling brings you back. Okay, so those are the 3 techniques that Emma Chamberlain uses, but they're definitely not the only reason why her videos are addictive. In fact, there's probably a million reasons why Emma Chamberlain is such a successful YouTuber, but here are the 3 things that I also want to point out. First, Emma Chamberlain practically grew up on YouTube. She didn't just pick up a camera one day and then magically went viral. On her podcast, in an episode called The Struggle to Find a Hobby, she talked about how YouTube has always been a huge part of her life growing up. She was a viewer long before she was a creator.
My dad was like, you need a hobby. You should make YouTube videos. You watch YouTube videos all day long and all the time, almost like that is your hobby. Maybe your hobby should be making YouTube videos instead of watching them. Maybe that would be good for you. So I started making YouTube videos.
She's watched countless creators for years and how they structure their videos, how they behave on camera, how they manage to crack funny jokes, and how they edit the videos. You are what you consume. So when she picked up the camera and started making content, she wasn't starting from zero. She already understands the unwritten rules of YouTube, and that gave her a head start. Second, Emma Chamberlain genuinely loves the process of creating YouTube videos, and it shows. Here's the thing. Editing YouTube videos is a very tedious and very time-consuming process. In a podcast episode, Emma once said that editing a full YouTube video from start to finish takes her around 30 hours.
Editing was taking up 30 hours of my week every week, and I was not sleeping, and I was like working myself to the bone.
So you can just imagine her sitting in front of her laptop, cutting, editing, trimming, and adding those special sound effects for 10 hours a day. For YouTubers of her size, it's very easy to get a team with editors to essentially ease the workload and have someone else edit your videos so that you have more time to do other things like filming brand deals or going to fancy red carpet events or, working on your own business. But even now, Emma Chamberlain films and edits every single video herself because she genuinely enjoys the process.
My passion for YouTube is less rooted in filming content, but rather in the editing of the content. I was passionate about editing videos. That's what I love doing.
Her videos are like the food that Nara Smith makes. Everything is from scratch. And as someone who edits all their videos too, I get it. So if you appreciate the effort, make sure to like and subscribe. But seriously, I think that's what makes Emma Chamberlain's videos so special. When a creator makes everything themselves, the final product has their fingerprints all over it. You can tell that it's crafted with care. And the audiences, we're not dumb. We definitely pick up on that. Emma's videos are mass-produced, algorithm-chasing clickbait videos. They're handcrafted, slow-brewed, like a homemade film that you can't stop watching. Alright, so how do you use this to level up your own career or creative work? Here are 3 lessons inspired by Emma. Lesson 1. Build a strong brand, even if you're just starting out. Emma Chamberlain has a strong brand because she's very strategic and very consistent. She has sonic branding with the outro song she uses in every single video. She also has distinct visual branding with very distinctive colors. It used to be this shade of dark green, but now it's shifted to black and a dark red for her podcast. And even the font that she uses are consistent. And you can do the same thing for your own brand. Pick 2 or 3 things that feel right to you. A song, a color palette, a font, and use them consistently. Choose what feels authentic to you and use them in every single piece of content you make over and over again. Over time, you will build a strong brand that people will naturally associate with you. Lesson 2. Master your craft, even when no one's watching. Here's the thing. In order to be successful, you need to be really good at your craft. Emma Chamberlain was already pretty good at filming, editing, and structuring videos when she started, and she got better over time. So, in order for you to be successful, you need to study the craft and get really good at what you do. Respect the boring technical stuff and become so good that they can't ignore you. Lesson 3. Make decisions that feel right to you. At the end of the day, the reason why Emma Chamberlain is successful is not because she's chasing algorithms or aesthetics. It's because she follows her own heart. She's a very introspective person with a strong sense of intuition, and she evolves when it feels right. And she's always proud of the videos that she put out. And I think that's the most powerful lesson. Don't chase trends because they're popular, and don't copy other people because it works. Follow the beat of your own drum and do what feels right to you. Don't make content to serve the algorithm or what's currently trending. One of my favorite sayings from my favorite creator is, make content that you want to see. Or in other words, make the type of videos that you want to see but nobody else has made yet. To build a strong connection to your audience, authenticity is the only thing that's gonna last in the long term. And to have longevity as a content creator, you need to be fulfilled by the videos that you're creating. Okay, so those are all my theories on why Emma Chamberlain's videos are so addictive and what we can learn from them. But I want to hear your theories too. So if you're a fan of Emma or you enjoyed watching this video, comment down your thoughts. I read all my comments and I really want to know what you guys think. Okay, I'm gonna close the loop. If you enjoyed watching this video, make sure to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. And as always, you got this.